For our children, we all want reading to be a positive experience. It should be an enjoyable activity where children can relax, sit back, and get lost in another world. Without fluency, this experience isn't possible. This video will cover 3 big questions. What is fluency? How can I help my child to achieve fluency in reading? And when will I know my child has achieved it? So let's start with the basics. What is fluency? Fluent reading sounds smooth and natural, almost conversational. Non-fluent reading is staggered and choppy. Children spend more time decoding words than actually enjoying what they are reading. You'll know your child is fluent when their reading is mostly accurate, it moves at a good pace, and it's expressive. By expression, we mean that children pay attention to punctuation and they read in phrases rather than word by word. A mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. The deep dark wood is a common phrase used in children's literature. So those 3 words should be read as one unit. A mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. Secondly, how do we develop fluency? The first step is mastering basic decoding skills. If your child is in year 1 or below, they will be working their way through a phonics program at school, so don't panic if they're still relying on decoding to read texts. From year 2 onwards, most children have mastered this and reading becomes more smoother. They can then start to pay more attention to the meaning of the text. The second key to fluency is to read a lot. As with any skill, the more you practice, the stronger the skill will grow. And it's important that your child is reading engaging books at the appropriate level of challenge. So when should you expect your child to achieve fluency? Most children develop a fluent style of reading by the end of year 2, early year 3, but keep in mind though that children develop at their own pace. It might happen earlier or later, and that's absolutely fine. It's also important to know that a reader is never completely done developing fluency. It might be easier to achieve fluency in phonetically decodable books in Key Stage 1, but as they move their way onto more challenging reads, they'll be faced with more complex vocabulary, which might slow down their pace as they go back to relying on decoding or using more active reading breakdown strategies. Even when your child reaches high school, they will use reading as a tool to find out more. Reading will become denser, more complex, and their pace will naturally be compromised. So at each stage, your child will need to develop their own fluent style in order to progress further. Finally, why is fluency important? Well, first of all, fluency is the key to a stronger understanding. Once your child is a fluent reader, they can pay more attention to the detail of what they are reading rather than just the words that are on the page. Fluency is the bridge between decoding and comprehension. Most importantly, fluency is the gateway to a love of reading. Children enjoy reading most when they can get lost in the world of a new story, and being fluent allows them to do this.